Cool. I am here. I am ready. I am Devin with Dads and Dice, and I am playing Wayfarers of the South Tigris solo. Super excited to get started. I know it took me a bit longer to get set up than I meant to, but I am here. This game is sprawling. I have not played it in a while, so I kind of had to recheck all of my setup things or whatnot. But I think I'm good to go. I think I've got everything here. So yeah, I am going to be playing a solo playthrough of Wayfarers of the South Tigris. So this is, of course, by Garfield Games. Paul and I mention Garfield Games all the time because we just completely love them. Love all their games, and this is one of my favorites. I've never really sat down to rank them all, but this is definitely up here. So I just chose everything randomly here. So of course I'm playing against a bot here, and I have a solo bot. There we go. I have a solo bot, so I randomly got the upgrade bot. So I guess it's going to be one that's going to be probably messing with their upgrade board quite a bit. And then, yeah, I haven't even really had a chance to lay out the board here. But if you've never seen Wayfarers of the South Tigris, it is a dice placement game is the best thing. So I'm gonna, I'll start the game, I'll roll my dice, and then they'll kind of dictate what I can do. So if this was, for example, my setup, we start off, you can ignore kind of all the icons in your caravan to start with here. And basically these 3 and 4s, they don't have any powers. They're nothing special. But if you look like right here, this 6, it starts with a telescope. And if I had gotten a 1, then it would start with a camel icon. And then down here is your starting dice placement spots. So I can place a dice with a camel. So for example, the 1 here, I'd pay 2 provisions, and then I get to do this action here. This here uses a telescope. This uses the bird. These don't have anything in them. And then this would be a boat icon, sailing. And so you place dice. We'll be getting different land cards and kind of sprawling out our land going this way. And so, like, if I had taken this one here, well, then this becomes another dice placement spot for me, as long as the dice has the camel and bird face. And then going this way, we'll be exploring the sea, and it will also give more dice placement spots as well. Then you can also have space cards. There'll be victory points. They'll sit above kind of your landscape that you're building, and they'll be end of the game scoring. You can have townsfolk that will boost the actions that you are doing. So if this goes underneath a city, which we start with a city here, then it will provide a provision when you do that action, either before or after. And then they just have different requirements. This going under open sea, and any townsfolk that goes under open sea will typically be resting abilities. And so resting is once you no longer can place any dice, as long as you have 0 or 1 fewer dice, you will activate all of your resting abilities. And most of the time you'll always rest when you are at that spot. And in doing so, you will journal, and that will take you kind of across this board here, gaining various bonuses along the way. So the first journaling spot requires has no prerequisite, but then all of these other little ink spots are the prerequisite to cross over that threshold, and then you get whatever bonus you go along the way. The game is played out kind of an indeterminate amount of rounds until either I or the bot player make it to this 5th row here. The bot player, if you played really kind of any, I'll say Garfield solos, they're kind of the dirty little cheater where they don't follow the same rules as the human player. They have their own special board. They won't pay for resources or pay. They won't get resources, but they also won't pay for things. And they'll kind of get victory points slightly different than I will. Mostly, if they get anything, they'll probably actually get it if it's a card or if it's an influence or whatnot. But if it's something that is resource involved, or dice involved, they will have some other kind of conversion. So we will be doing dice, but the other thing we have are these little workers, and they're not our specific workers. We each start with a yellow and a blue worker, and actually the worker is a closed economy, so they're the only 2 yellow and 2 blue in the game. We will get up to 4, or we will get 4 green workers as the game progresses, but you'll see up kind of here is you can place a worker on a card, and you'll get to do that action above there. Hey, how's it going, Alex? Thank you for joining. But yeah, so like if I place this yellow, which these spots take yellow or green, these spots take blue or green, these take any, and these specifically take green. But if I place a yellow worker here, I would get 2 coins and then gain a yellow guild influence here. And yeah, and so then whoever recruits this card is the way you will get that worker. So as I said, they're a closed economy. It's kind of part of the gameplay is manipulating where you want workers out. The last thing you can do, and I'll cover it as we do it, is we can influence cards out here. It works slightly different in the solo version. If the bot interacts with that card, then I can either take a provision or a silver, or I can pay a provision or a silver to stop them from interacting that card, and they have their kind of like how they interact with cards up here, and they would just move to the next down there. I'm pretty sure it is that. I want to just double check. Yep, that's exactly how it works. I thought that was the case. So anyway, Alex, thank you, for sure for joining. Appreciate you being here. And I think that is kind of a quick rundown. Really, I think we just start playing and we'll see what happens. So again, I just kind of got it set up. So I'm going to take a quick moment to look at the board here. One of the things you kind of have to do in this game is make a rough kind of idea of your path along the journaling track so that you don't get stuck, right? I don't want to, end up in this space here and have one open water and just the one starting library, right? And then have to scramble or rest without journaling. That feels pretty bad. So I just want to look. These boards are double-sided, and so I just kind of randomly decided. And I will say for this first board specifically, there's 2 different sides. This is actually my least favorite side because it's not my typical gameplay. So this one involves getting these kind of upgrades here, which you'll place in your caravan, and that's how you manipulate your dice or make your dice different faces. And this involves getting them. The other side just involves getting cards, which is kind of more my gameplay. So I'll have to kind of think about that. It kind of stinks that this free green upgrade is here, but the needing a green upgrade is down here. There's really no other uses for green upgrades through there. So I'm not quite sure. I also am not a huge fan of the townsfolk that I have. I typically like the resting townsfolk that give you free resources, but the warrior is kind of weak, and I'm not sure that the open water is worth going for. What I need to do real quick is, where I just completely cheat and have a 1 and a 6 start with, roll my dice here. So 1, a 2, and a 2. So it looks like I will have a camo, so I will be able to get a land card this turn. So I do want to kind of consider that. And what I'm thinking is I might try and get this farmer here, and maybe tuck it, and it would be like a provision reduction cost, right? Because this costs 2 provisions, so if I tuck it, I'll get a provision every time I do that action. So I think I'm going to lean toward going into that. And then this vista here is nice, because when I get a townsfolk, well, I can manipulate dice. It's okay. kind of actually like this one more. Okay, let's look over here. I really like this open water space. So this, if I get this open water space, I get a free blue upgrade. Normally the upgrades cost 3 or 2 influence. So if I did that, got a free blue upgrade, it would kind of make me lean toward going this path. Because otherwise I'm probably looking at going the 2 townsfolk path to 2 cities. If I go this way though, it gets me into open water and then 2 cities. Yeah, because this way I hit a tricky spot where I don't really want to hit that outside track and be forced to spend influence. If I come in here and then do 2 cities, I almost always find myself with plenty of open water. I'm going to really want... So this one, the blues, make me kind of lean into getting another blue. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to kind of shoot for this bottom, kind of just down the middle there, not really jumping around too much. And then I'll kind of figure it out from here. It'll probably go up. I don't know. We'll see. So for my first action, it's kind of interesting. Do I just straight up try and snipe this? It would be nice if it sat here because I could get 2 provisions and then attempt to pick it up. It's a couple coins. Yeah, I'm gonna start with spinning this 2 as a boat, and to do that I will have to remove this blue influence to get the boat icon. Which of these do I want? I'm gonna think on that for 1 second. I might just buy the townsfolk now. I think that's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna spend 2 silver to buy this farmer. I really like the idea of tucking the farmer here. It's an action I know I'm gonna be using a decent amount, and I know that's kind of not easy to see. But it's the best I've got with my camera angle. Let me possibly push these up. You can kind of see. Okay. Refill this. Now, the bot, what's it going to do? So it has a deck here. Make sure I give it a good shuffle. And so it's very simple. You flip over the top card here. However many silver is here is what it would move along this track. So in this case it is 0. And then if it had a green worker, it would place it. Instead it is going to place a yellow worker. And then you look at this here. And so since you add up the 2 cards it's got out, or the most recent 2 cards. In this case it just has 1. So we're looking at this 0 to 1. And so it is going to influence this vista right here. It's going to influence that. It is then going to take a townsfolk, which it then takes the exact same townsfolk here. And these are really just victory points for them, so I can kind of set them aside. And we'll go through them at the end. And then when it gets this, it gets to influence a card. And it is focusing in the black area here. So it will influence this card here. And looking at the space cards, I like that the sun is out, because in a two-player game, you can kind of snipe the sun and the moon in a solo game, you can snipe the sun and the moon, which means they're both 7 victory points each. It's easy 14 victory points. But we'll see. It also is dependent on if the moon comes out. But the sun's also a nice fallback because it's 3 victory points anyway. All right, so it is over to me. And that's really all you do. If he could not have done this, they would have done this bottom action. So that's it. Over to me. And now, like if I choose to take this here, I would get that yellow worker, which is tempting. It's also there's this interesting thing with how the bot journals. So if you're ever in front of the bot, they journal pretty easy. If you're ever in front of the bot, they only spend 1 influence from this guild to journal 2 times. If you're even, they have to spend 2 influence, and if they're ahead, they have to spend 3 influence. So you kind of want to sit at best even or behind the bot in journaling to force them to spend more influence. Now at the same time, if they journal first, they're going to get this green worker. And it's how much I want or care about the green worker, right? So the green worker has really, they're used for these powerful actions up here. Just another way of journaling. Getting one of these green tiles without paying the 2 silver for it. 1 of each influence, which honestly I find myself using relatively frequently. Or getting a space card for a little bit cheaper. Also, for not the only other way to get space cards, which again are in-game victory points, is to go here. And at the moment, you'd have to have this. So I'm tempted to take. So if I take this yellow worker and this vista here, if I take this yellow worker and this vista, there's this merchant that does like go pretty well with it. But like I would almost rather just do things that get influence, not necessarily just move influence or manipulate dice. Especially right now, because I don't really have much in a way of wanting to manipulate. So let's go back to if I take this open land or open sea here. So if I take this open sea here, I could just kind of gamble about where I want to stick it. Use the coin reduction, which can be valuable for a lot of things. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this blue worker here. Should get a provision discount. Yeah, I want to place this blue worker here. And I will get 2 provisions and influence in the blue guild. And controlling the guilds at the end of the game is an additional 3 points per guild. Not saying it's completely negligible, but not a huge focus, especially early on. Much better to use the influence to do things. Okay, so over to them. So the bot is going to rest when they have 3 of the same color. So they have cards that are, they have 3 cards that are blue, 3 cards that are red. When they have 3 of the same color, that is what triggers their rest. So in this case, they again don't have a green worker, but they do have a blue worker, and they are going to again not move any. So they are going to target the first card here, which definitely makes that card more valuable in me wanting to take it now. So I'm kind of glad I waited to see what the board state happened. And then they don't re-roll, so they pick up a worker. And they would pick up, they're focused in the black section, but there is none. So I think we go clockwise is how it works, pretty sure. To the blue section here. They would target this first base, but you can never pick up a worker you just put down, right? You can't have an endless feedback loop that way. So they will just pick the next one up, and then we'll get this blue worker back to their hand here. And then for their pluses, they're going to influence cards, and again, they're influencing black cards. And they would target the first. It already has an influence, so they're just going to do that. Makes all of those, just let them clear them out for me. I don't know that I care that much at the moment. So that's it for them. Over to me, and now I'm pretty certain that I want to go ahead and take this card, especially taking it before they can take it. I can't quite remember exactly how they take cards, but I think it's if they have 2 influence in the specific guilds, they take it. So it's really not a big worry right now. But either way, I just want that. Because it can also let me gain some provisions again. I personally really like provisions in this game. I really just love different vistas and stuff here, but this lets you refresh a die. Yeah, so I'm going to use this number 2 as a sale. And you can only use each guild type once in a turn. So if there are cards that have 2 sales, I cannot use 2 influence that way. And so I'm going to spend 2 provisions. And I am going to take this open water card here, gaining the blue worker. And a neat thing about the open water cards, they have this kind of matching, actually all the water cards, excuse me, they have this kind of little matching game here. So I matched a provision, so I will get a provision. There we go. And then I take a blue tile. I still really haven't decided what I want. Let's see. So I'm going to be able to do... I could do either of these actions a second time. Because when I do this, I'll get a provision. So it basically costs 1. I'll have 2 left. So it makes me lean toward if I take this vista here, I could refresh a die. So I have my blue. So really I could go either route here. So it's if I end up with 2 harbors or 2 cities. So I not the best one that's out at the moment. Not that I love that action. It's a way of extending though. So if I take this, reduce silver cost. Honestly, I would just kind of crapshoot it. What I might do is do this. Give me more chances of... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take that one. Make 4s, just reduce silver, so it would be my die to buy things. So I could always reduce the silver cost. See, reducing the silver cost of the astronomy action is great. I'm just going to do it this way. I'm actually going to do it down here. Yeah. I don't need the provision necessarily, although I like provisions more than silver a lot of times. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that. And get the silver. Okay. Over to the bot. So, they're going to move this marker twice. And this really just kind of helps them target things. It does have they gain passive yellow influence as they circle around, but for the most part it's just going to be targeting various things. So, hey, what's up, Sebastian? I have back scholars. It has not arrived yet. A bit sad about that, but should be coming, honestly, anytime. I think within the next couple of weeks. Week or two, maybe. And have I tried it? Yes, Paul and I have played it on Tabletop Simulator once, I think. I think just once. I can't remember if we did it during the campaign, but we actually did it a few months back, just because we wanted to. But yeah, super looking forward to Scholars. Tabletop Simulator is not my most favorite thing, right? It makes games take longer, it's more fiddly or whatnot. But I am definitely excited for it. I'm not... I just want to feel the mechanics, right? I want to see how the translation really ultimately plays out. It's the first playthrough, right? You're just kind of doing stuff. Because that game definitely seems like you have to be intentional on how you score points. Kind of like Wayfarers. I think Wayfarers is a lot that way too. While you do start with, this is my only way of scoring points now, you kind of have to be intentional to score decent in this game. I would say decent is 100, 110. Okay. What? Oh, I just flipped them. So they moved twice. So if they had 2 black influence, they would get a space card. They don't. So they will gain a black influence, and they will gain a townsfolk card. And their total is now 2, so they will choose this townsfolk here. Moving this. Maybe they'll get something better for me. There's not. Okay. So that is them. Now, I do actually like that scholar. However, I've already used my harbor, so probably not going to use the scholar. Okay. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to buy a Vista. There's merit to both, really. If I buy this one, I could refresh that exact die and then buy this one, which would trigger this Vista effect. And I kind of like that. it would then give me the yellow and the coins to be able to buy a townsfolk. Man, I wish there was... I wish there was more open sea townsfolk. I wish there was any open sea townsfolk. I'm glad they got rid of the one I didn't really want to have to buy. This merchant here, I know I'm going to get more townsfolk. Seems good. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this die as the camel. I would gain a provision. It cost me 2, so I am going to. Both Wayfarers and Scholars are heavier than the previous, but mechanics and theme are on point. Makes it fun. The game is different. That's what I like the most about Garfield. Honestly, Garfield knocks it out of the park, I think, a lot of times. Paladins is like far and above my favorite. I actually think Paladins is a bit more heavier than Wayfarers, but as I said, I got to see kind of how Scholars is to determine that. But I do like this game, the theme makes sense in the gameplay, right? Like the way you're expanding out, and then you're journaling like, oh, I came across, some open water and a couple cities and a couple vistas, right? It is neat how it's done, and it flows with making points for sure. Are you going to back Ezra and Nehemiah, Sebastian? Okay, what was I doing? I did this, paid mine, so I get a yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna do this. Move these, get a silver, and then I get to refresh a die. Ooh, I wasn't thinking. When I refresh, I roll. No guarantee that I'm gonna get another camel. Actually, most likely I'm not gonna get a camel. In that case, yes, for sure. Yes, yeah, I know. Ezra and Nehemiah, I think it just, I've been, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, wow, that game looks like a lot of fun, right? The fact that at first it's like, oh, it's only really 3 choices of things you can do, right? You can do the rubble and building, or you can do the temple track and tenting, or you can do the... the temples, the Levites and the altar, or the scrolls. And I'm like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot to it. But then when you really realize that all the cards are so multi-use, having the different kinds of trades, I don't know. And then the banners, kind of like in Viscounts, where you want to have several and then you lay over the top of them. Man, it seems like there is just so much decision space in doing what is 3 actions. It's almost kind of, I don't know. It's like a simple mechanics, like deep gameplay. Deep. That's what it is. Okay, I was getting this, but when I realized I had to refresh, maybe I did want this one. Because there's no way I'm about to just roll another 1. Yeah, I think I'm gonna instead, take this one so I can take that yellow worker. Yeah, sorry, I was changing because I realized when I had to pull a die. Oh, but I'm not pulling a die here. You know what? That's okay. If I journal, I journal. We're gonna journal, I journal. We're gonna do it this way. Yeah. So the difference is I get 2 silver instead of refreshing a die. I kind of like that. Okay. Over to them. They're going one more turn before journaling. Put this here. So they move 1. They do not have 2 blue influence, so they will gain a blue influence and an upgrade tile. So they're going to target blue. Here, they are at 3 here. So they are taking this upgrade tile. And then they just get to straight up place it, because they're dirty, dirty cheaters. Which is give them a space card. They'll be targeting this one. And that's just how they gain 3 victory points. Nice and easy for them. Look at all those comments. Comments are tough in a solo game because I personally find that the bot can get a ton of comments, right? So every time they rest, you look at the most recent card. So like if they were to rest, they would just get a comment there. I think it's a 50-50 split. I'm not quite sure. And then they just straight up get 2 comments here. Comment cards are so nice if you're playing in a 2 or a 3 player game and other opponents are not taking comments. Like that is 4 points a card, which is very, very good. But I don't really want to fight the bot for them and potentially lose. So we'll see. Okay, I have no dice. But I think I am going to take this townsfolk. Or do I wait till after I rest? So at this point, they would double rest. Which is probably okay. I actually think I might be okay with that. Just because then I can actually use the manipulation. So, I am going to rest. Surprise myself. Typically I don't rest before the bot, or I try not to. And I have 3 workers. But they are not going to rest next turn. Okay, so I'm going to take, I would have this. Will I have 2 cities to bounce back down? I mean, I just make it to where I have 2 cities, right? Yeah, I think that's what I do. I'm going to force it because I was thinking about coming through, but I really kind of want the free upgrade. This is like one of my favorite tiles to place right here and just be universal. What I'm thinking is like I can give myself another chance at a camel action. That's what I'm going to do. Always plop down the bird here. No. Do I want camels or do I want boats? You know what? Now we're gonna take the low path and take the influence. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. One of each influence. There. Yeah, I'm alright with that. And I get a silver. What a weak resting that was. But it is what it is. Okay. Over to them. They will move 1. They do not have 2 yellow, so they will gain 2 yellow. This boss going to blow up the yellow track. And they will influence a card. They are looking at blue, and their total is 2. So this guy right here, which is perfectly fine. That is not a card I have any interest in. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's not. I'm like 100%. Don't really care about many of the upcoming bonuses. Like I'll take 2 provisions. This doesn't really matter, but I always want the free townsfolk. Especially over 2 silver. Like it's almost typically the same thing. But not using an action. So, yeah. So they will rest next turn. Oh, I'm supposed to roll my dice. They will rest, and they will definitely pass me on the track. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so now if I take this Vista, I can take 2. Paul, I see you retracted your message. I did see that you just put Lola to bed, and yes, Rangers. Bummer. Okay, I am... Do either of these open waters interest me? So open waters are like typically my go-to, and I get workers that like get stacked with them. However, these open waters are boo-boo. So, and these open waters are boo-boo, and I don't have any people to go underneath them. Okay. So I can get the merchant, which I know will pay for itself. Oh, there you go, Paul. Now Paul has joined in officially in chat. It's good, Paul. We're, of course, early into the game. I've only just taken my first rest. So I'm deciding, do I just go ahead and take this Vista? Maybe I go heavy into Vistas. I typically find that Vistas or open waters are strategies I like. So maybe I do that. It stings because if I get this merchant and I tuck it, I don't actually get the effect of the free coin for this one. But I don't know that there's much better I can do with that. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to spin this one as a camel. I would get a provision, so it'll really only cost me 1 provision. And I'm going to need provisions, I realize. And he has this card Influence, which I don't like. Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to do this. Yeah, and we'll just refresh the die that we just used. So this is kind of... I've been seeing people post that they've gotten scholars. Yours should be coming in shortly. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you saw in the chat earlier, but Sebastian had asked me about it. So I am pretty pumped. I hope mine comes in soon. Okay. Look at all those cities. Do I like this city? Right. So this city with the vagrant could mean 5s and 6s get to use it, and it'd be a way of getting space cards. Now I have a lot of money now, so that looks great. Will I always have a lot of money? Okay, the bot is going to rest. So when they rest, you just kind of do this down here. So the first is, do they have a comment in their most recently revealed card? They do. So that goes there. Go for sun and moon. You know what? When I saw this layout, I'm like, oh, the sun's there. And in a solo game, it is very easy to snipe the sun and the moon. The issue is, do both come out, right? If I go a space-heavy strategy where I cycle through the deck quite a bit, right, then there's a good chance of it. They should, because they are the upgrade bot, they'll most likely fill their board. So they'll cycle another 3 cards there, plus I'm going to say 5 cards or so whenever they get this out a couple more times throughout the game. So, I mean, if I go here, then yes, the space strategy is better. I'm going to just need a money engine to back it. So, at the moment, my only money engine is the merchant. So let me finish theirs. They're going to gain an upgrade tile. So they are targeting blue. Their last 2... this one, so they will target this one. They're going to go here. That gives them a blue card. And they will target... Ooh, get rid of that for me. The card I had no interest in. I actually did random, but it is the upgrade bot. So that's why they were able to upgrade right there. And then they journal. They were red, so I think red is down. Let me just double check that because I haven't played enough to remember. Oh, it says on the board. I'm dumb. Yeah, it is down. One of each influence. They're going to gain some cards here soon. They are going to go down again. And they will target this inspiration tile, which is okay. None of these inspiration tiles were jumping out at me, to be honest with you. So they can take their measly 4 points there. And then whenever they take dice back, what happens? Ooh, another upgrade tile. So they're still targeting the same spot. So I think they take that, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive that is how that works. Yeah, we're going to do that. They gain another space tile. So, well, there went the sun. So, no sun and moon for me. And then they took this one. They had gotten 2 provisions, so 1, 2. And that goes there. Gain this, and then they gained a tile. So actually they should not have taken that one. They should have taken Now the yellow one here. Okay, nothing else changes. Just that because they got to bump up. Yeah, that's it. I honestly, it's been a while since I've done the solo. I remember there's 4 unique bots. I can't remember what's underneath this board, but that's the upgrade bot. This is the space card bot. This is the journaling bot. What is this one? I can't remember what this one is. It might be getting a bunch of cards. Oh man, Alex. One, a very good one. But man, you've only played one of the Garfield games. I've played all of the Cardinal Direction ones, and then all of the Ancient Anthology ones. If they have anything outside of that, I'm not. No, he's not drawing. It's me. Okay. Well, I'm not getting Sun and Moon. Ugh, comments. Terrible. Do I get the merchant? I think I'm going to get the merchant. And I don't want to get in a comic game with him, but maybe I have to. They're really good points as long as you actually get them off. And in worst case, that's 3 points. So, do I still come over here? So, if I get this, I need the Vagrant. I don't want to journal anymore extra. And this just changes the way this is. Which I'm getting money, so I don't necessarily want. I think I'm going to get the merchant. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the merchant. Pay 2. If you're talking about the ones from, I think it's Arcus Studios, like his other company that he keeps separate, or that he's a part of. He's not the full-on owner, whatnot. I personally have not. They have the pumpkin game, spooky pumpkin one, Dreadful Meadows. Thank you. Which theme-wise, like, I was like, super uninterested. But I actually watched somebody play it, and or parts of it, and it actually looks really cool. So I want to try it. And then I think Storm Raiders also looks pretty interesting. Now, those do fall under lighter games, so I don't know. Okay, I'm tucking the money, the merchant, underneath there. And then I don't get that now, but I do get to change a die, and I'm going to change this down to a 4. And then I can move a guild influence. We'll go up here. Circadians is SJ. I don't know exactly what that means. I know it's Sam's game, but I'm not exactly sure what SJ means. But Circadians is probably one of Paul and I's favorites. Although I say that about all of these. Like I could say Wayfarers is or whatnot. Okay, so I gained that. Let's refill this. Did my manipulation. I got this. Bumped up my guild influence. So over to the bot. They are there. They do have 2 yellow. They will take yellow card. It's a 1. This one. Nice to get rid of. Never fun seeing them with people to do stuff. I also find in the solo sometimes it's just worth sitting on the people so they don't get them. Where are all my good vistas at? Space tile or 2. So, or I mean a yellow tile or 2. So I like this city quite a bit because essentially like every other round or every other time you use it, you can use 2, get 2 yellow, and then use the 2 yellow to get a tile. I'm kind of regretting not getting the Falcon. Okay, so do I use the 4 and do I buy the Scholar? Do I use the Envoy? Now the Envoy is pretty interesting, right? Thing is, do I need to move or manipulate anything? If I did it twice, I could come and I could get a free black tile. I could get this guy and drop this guy right here. And it kind of just lets you do a lot. Could also get reduced provision cost, which is also always a nice thing. I'm honestly kind of leaning towards that. So maybe I get the Envoy. Ooh. Well, I actually have to see what comes out. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the yellow worker. Do I use the 4? So if I use the yellow worker... Oh, it doesn't matter. So I can use the 4. I'm going to use the 4. So I would get a silver. So it's only going to cost me 1 silver. We're going to place the Envoy here. Because I don't have much better options at the moment. And it kind of does the same thing as this because it saves me from having to use my blue influence. Alright, so I get a bump up. So let's bump this here. And then manipulate a die. Do I want any upgrade tiles? No. I don't actually think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to leave it right there. I'll decide. Oh. Well, there is my next, let's go into the vistas. Okay. Let's see what they're doing. Actually. So yeah, Sebastian, I'm with you. That's what we had mentioned. I played Scholars on TTS. Paul and I had, and it's just so fiddly. Not fiddly, but like it just takes longer to do everything. Like it's not quick. It's not quick to just like, oh, I can just quickly pay this provision here. Like I gotta like make sure I grab just one, or group in two or whatever, and then drop it into the right bin, and then most of the time you miss, and so it scatters everywhere. Okay, they're moving 2. 1, 2. He does not have a green worker, so he is going to, God, be better if he had a green worker. He is going to get an upgrade tile. He is going to get a black upgrade tile. And he's going to get this black upgrade tile. Okay, I'm going to put it there because he's about to get a yellow card, which will be this one. And he gets a comment. Okay. And tucking stuff. Yes, tucking stuff is a complete pain under TTS. It's like, I think you have to let off of the left click first and then the right. And if you do it the other way, it just pops back up on top or moves the crap. Yeah. Okay. So now, do I want so it's interesting, right? I could actually attempt to take this space or this space tile here, putting it here, and then because of the discount, it would be basically free doing this action, which I kind of like. Especially because I already thought maybe I go Vista heavy anyway. This is when you take an upgrade tile, which is kind of nice. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to stick to that strategy. So I'm going to spin this yellow here and get this scribe here, which will cost me 1 money. I'm going to tuck that scribe there. And this really makes me look like I'm going to lean toward vistas. So I'm going to tuck that scribe there. Again, I can move and influence and manipulate. And I get 1 money. Ooh, and I'm not sure I got my money last time I did this. For getting this guy. I had 6 money. I spent 2 and that's 4. I spent 1. I spent 1 this way. And I would have gotten 1 back. That's 4. And then I should have just spent a full 2. I didn't have a discount for this. And then I get 1 back. So I'm right on my money. Okay. Yeah, I'm right on my money. For sure. I move that, and then again, I'm not going to move this. Because I'm probably going to use these to get this tile. I like it. 2, 1, 2. Does he have 2 black influence? No. Gonna gain a black influence. Get a townsfolk card. Let's put that out. You can have that guy. Who is he actually going to take, though? He is at 4. He's going to take the leftmost. He is going to take that guy. Oh, man. I want that Guardian for sure. There helps my money engine. I really like to tuck provision gainers under. But hey, who can be picky right now? Okay. So, I'm not racing to do that. And that's what this one's going to do. And I need to do that before I do this, which is here. The thing is, it kind of makes wasting doing this. But getting the money before I rest. I would also... Oh, and this is what I'm going to take. I'm only going to rest once because I'll get the city next time. Yeah, I like that. So, I want to go ahead and get that now. Only thing is, when I place this here, God, that becomes such a valuable spot. So maybe I take that. Okay, so I'm going to do it a little bit different because I would like to just pick those both back up. So I'm going to, what was I going to do? Oh, yes, I'm going to use this as a 6 instead. But I need 2 provisions. So we're going to go get 2 provisions because I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, 2 provisions and a blue influence. Okay, that's all right. And their turn. He has a yellow worker, so he is going to place it to this spot here. Get 2 coins. 1, 2. Gives him a yellow. And what else does he get? Yellow influence. No competing there. Okay, that's it for him. Okay, so I got my provisions, so now I am using this as a 6 here. And I am getting this tile. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm going to put that there. Need to get a negative tile. Yeah, there's plenty left. Oh, and that, yeah, there's plenty left. I can move up a guild influence. Okay. Oh, and that costs 2 black. I could have done it in a different order. Maybe I wanted to. Cost me 1 extra provision to do it that way. Cost me an extra provision, but I gain a provision. Goes this way. So it comes out the same. Because now it's going to cost me no provisions. Yeah. So it actually comes out the same. Doesn't matter. Okay. Over to them. Moving 0. They do have a blue worker. Their number is 0, so they're going to place it here. And this is the one where they do a ton of stuff. They're going to pick up in yellow, targeting this one. They're going to place 2 influence in yellow, starting here and here. Yes, yeah, like Paul said, definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, whether it's briefly or watching the whole thing. Always fun to chat with people. I just enjoy playing games, playing them solo or whatever, so it's always fun to have some company during it. Okay, they're resting next turn. They are only resting once. I really need them to pull this out with this before they rest again. That would be nice. Okay, over to me. I'm now going to get this Vista. They are resting. Is there anything else I need to do? No. I'll just do that. This is going to come here. So it costs 1 less provision. I get a provision. So I can just get this Vista here. And I immediately get 1 coin. And then when I place a Vista, I get a blue influence. And then I can move an influence or just get a black. And I will just get a black. So I have a lot of guild influence going around. So there's that. I've only gotten Vistas, which is like a super terrible strategy. Look, that's one for harbors. But it's like maybe I just go in on Vistas. Vistas are going to be what I shoot for the 7. And then, I just make sure I even it out on the others. We'll see. They rest. Is a comment showing? Yes. They get an upgrade tile. They are in yellow. This is 0, so they will take this one. Happy you could manage to come by. Yeah, definitely appreciate it, Sebastian. You can hopefully see how I play. You might be wrong, or you may play better, but this is how I play. He's going to take this blue here. Also, whenever you play solo, the bot gets so many cards and so quickly, and that's like their victory points, and it just makes you be like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do this. But somehow it seems to always work out. So he did that. He got his upgrade tile. Now he's going to journal. It is blue, so he's going to journal up. So he takes his green. He does pull up a worker in the yellow, and there's only one. This bot has a ton of workers. That is not always something I like. And then he shuffles. Okay. I have a green worker. Do I want a space tile? Do I go comets, right? I tie him right now. I sort of regret using my dice here instead of the green worker there. although he did get that card. So I'm thinking I might... Man, I don't want him to snipe this green worker, but I really want this rest ability. Because it's like instantly going to pay for itself. I get 1 back plus the 2 during that rest. So I'm going to do it. Actually, sort of pays for itself. I do have to pay 1. What do I want to pay? What is silver? So I'm going to pay 3 for it. And tuck it here. Yeah, so I really like the way this AI interacts with everything out here, right? It like, one, you can know, I want to say it's going to hit somewhere around 80 to 90 points based off what they do. But the way they interact with the board really affects like the way you interact with the board. I just really like that. Okay, so what did I do? I went here. I'm wasting the manipulating of die, but I want to get this before I rest. So anyway, here I get a coin back. And then plus or minus a die. I really kind of wasted that. I think here, this way I could potentially get a second black tile. Hey guys, cheers to you too. Thanks for watching from your side of the world. So the advantage of this is I can get a black tile. The advantage of this to this is I could get a yellow tile. So if I got this as my second black tile, I could help reduce the provision burden. Because I think I'm going to end up being okay on money. Do this. Worst case, I get this, and usually from the dice manipulation side of things. Yeah, I think that's ultimately better. Okay. That was from what? This. Oh, that was from moving. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Over to them. They're going to move 1. They have 2 yellow. They will always have 2 yellow. They'll get a yellow card. It is this one. It's an interesting harbor. Okay. Over to me. Now I have to rest. Literally have no other option. So I get 3 money. And I journal. I'm going to journal here. It's looking like the 10 total influence is going to be possible. Three blue tiles I have no interest in. Do I go comets? This might make me want to do comets. With what's out there. Yeah. I kind of wish he had not taken that blue tile. I can make this a sweet buying space cards. I'm going to take the comments. I think that's just the route I'm going to go. Because worst case, this is 5 victory points and a comment. I didn't want to get in a play versus him in comments game, but here I am. And I get 2 provisions for that. Actually, that's probably the best factor of it all. And I could journal a second time. I don't care about picking up a worker unless I were to pick up the green worker. I'm going to I don't know what I'm going to do with this like in part here. I'm going to need 4 cities by then, I think. I'm not going to journal a second time. No. Okay. That was it. That was me resting. You know, so I actually have the dice tower sitting right here, which I guess I could use. I just didn't know exactly which way I was going to build. I guess I could use it from this point on. But because I didn't know which way I was going to build, I didn't know where to set it. I was kind of limited on space there. I assumed I was going to do more open waters because that's a strategy I enjoy, but it's looking like I'm going a Vista strategy, so I'm building to the left. So that's also why I put myself over here, because I figured I was going to build to the right. So I might have to travel later. All right. So, oh, and I get another dice. Here we go. I'll use it now because I forgot to roll it with the other dice. So there's my sweet dice tower. Dude, the sweet dice tower got a 1. That is a sweet dice tower. I like it. Okay. And I could... No, I don't have enough to do that. I could buy this, because I need the city anyway. The path I'm looking at, I most likely am going to need this. buy the city. And this will be a way of getting my space cards, which at this point I'm committed to having to get. And right now I take the green worker and then use the green worker to buy a cheaper space card. It's crazy to get this Vista. In one of these harbors. No. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Oof, I have to pay him. So I think I think it's worth it for me to pay him. I'm going to pay him the silver. That card got me good. I'm going to use this dice, so I'd get a provision. It cost me a provision less, so I get the silver back. Give him that. I'll take the green worker. This is here. We're going to go there. Oh, that did not cost me a provision. Maybe I should have paid a provision there. Would it be better to pay a provision over the silver? Because I want to... Do I get the astronomer? Is this getting a space tile? Or is this getting an actual space card? I really need to probably take this before I screw myself. I should go for him. He moves 0. He does have a green worker. That green worker, it's at a 2. It's going to go here. Interesting. And he gets 1 of each influence. So now he is for sure double journaling if the red journal card doesn't come out. But now I could get that vagrant. I know. I need to get the comments. I feel like I'm trying to do too much. Okay, I have my path here, 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 here. So I'll just have to be at 4 cities. I mean, worst case, I have the vistas, but I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to buy the vagrant. I'm going to be my 6th townsfolk. And I only have 2 tiles, so I definitely need to start getting tiles too. So if I get the vagrant, and I place it here, I can use this die to then get the space card. Won't be at a discount, but I have the 4. But placing this will allow me to move I might be able to do both. I'm going to do that. I'm going to... Alright, so the question is, do I use it here? Do I do this here? Taking that. And I can move this 3 to a 5. Do I use the dice? Or do I just buy the space card straight up? And then take the astronomer? I can always use this to move it a 4. Wait, no. It's this one. I think I go here. It's going to cost me something. But... So it's going to cost... Call it a provision. I don't have to get... I could get the scholar. Then I'd have this. No, I need the vagrant. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get... I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the space tile now. So spin the 3, and we'll tuck it so it looks better this side. Okay, I got my comments started. I think that just ties me. Okay. Oh. That's me using this as a 6. No. That was me using the astronomer. Yeah. Over to him. Ooh, there we go. Get those black out there. So it removes the 2 black. He is going to gain a space tile. He's going to move 2 here. And the space tile he is going to gain is number 2. Look at that. Paul, you convinced me. I'm not sure you're still paying attention. To just get the comments right now, he would have definitely taken the 3 comments just now. That was like his move. So, that is good. That would have been very costly. Okay. Now... Now what? Do I go get the space tile? So if I get the space tile, could get this one, put it here, and then have discounted buying people, or I could also just put this one here, and it would be discounted space cards without needing to use a green worker. It'd just be using a dice. Although I'm tempted on this one here. So right now these guys are kind of stranded, and I definitely want to buy at least one of those. Yeah, so let's do that. This is going to go to a 6. I'm going to use my 2 black influence here, and I am going to, I placed it. I get a provision. Okay. I'm like super low on workers, and it's not a position I like being in. Okay, that's it. Over to him. He's going to place a blue worker. He's moving 0, 2 right here. Gets 2 provisions, which are 2 bumps here, and a blue influence. Okay, that's it. So now I buy one of those green workers. So probably want to do this. Are there any of those harbors I like? No. 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 Just take it for the worker, really. If I took this for the worker. Yeah, I'm going to use a 3 to go here. Spend 2 provisions. I don't really like that translator. I can also just random it, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to take this just to get the worker. Matches up. I get a provision. Yeah. Okay. They're going to rest. Is it a comet? Yes. They get a tile. They're looking at black. They are at 2. So this black one goes here. They get a black influence. Yeah. And then they journal. It's blue. They go up. Purple tile. Duh. I hate when they get the 5s. Here. A yellow card to here. I was afraid that they're actually going to beat me. Yeah, so I find that a lot of times they win out guild influence. Now, with that said, we do at least have several more rounds, and so every time these cards come out, it does remove the influence. And with black, in that case, I'm fine, right? Because it slows down the game. But I usually find that I can get 1, possibly 2 of them, but I can never get all 3. And like in this case, he's going to get so much yellow influence because of every time he passes that. Plus, if he were to ever not have yellow, that's the one that dumps in too. So, yellow is like one I never really try and compete for. If I get it, I get it. If not, well. Okay. I did all his things. Yeah. I do hate that he took this 5 tile there. Not that I was going to use it. I already have the astronomy towers I need. But I typically just, for those, take the 5 pointers, right? And I personally find that that's what works best for me. Man, look at all of these vistas. I really think I'm going to push for the 7 vistas. Okay. With my last die, I think I go recruit. So if I take the astronomer, really the vagrant is the better one for me. Refresh a die, gain a provision. Is that worth it? How big is the green worker for me right now? Next. Okay, I think I am going to get the vagrant. Yeah, actually I'm for sure gonna get the vagrant. So it cost me a coin. I'm gonna get one back when I buy. Get the green. Take this guy and tuck him underneath here. I think I have an idea. I think. Okay. The other thing, I can move a guild influence. I'm going to move that there. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Doesn't have a green worker, so he's just going to take an upgrade tile. Kind of a bummer. Taking a blue. Taking to this blue. Gonna gain a comment and a blue card. To this blue card. Okay. He has so many cards over there. And I don't. And I don't have sets. I don't have all the comments. I'm not beating him on comments. And I'm going to need to buy some more comments. Okay. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to rest. So here's what I want to do. I want to get, do it now, this green tile here, or here, doesn't really matter, either one. And then I want to get this tile here, and that would make 4s, 3s or 4s. Where I could go do space actions for 2 less. Do I get the green tile now? Give me an extra provision. I need to be able to get the yellow tile. And he's got the yellow workers. Okay, that's what we're working towards. So I think I'm going to rest. Yeah, I don't think doing that with my workers right now helps me. I thought I was going to get the provisions here, but I think I'm actually going to pull up the green. Oh, I was supposed to use the dice tower. Sorry, Paul. I forgot. 3, 5. Okay. So I get 3 money. And I journal. I think I'm going to pull up the green just so I have it for here. Yeah. Okay. Over to him. Moves 1. Gets his yellow influence. He can run out of his influence cubes and make me go to the box. Spins 2 to get a blue card. It's 3. It's this blue card. Whoops. Okay. So I'm kind of setting up to do what I want to do. So here's the thing, I keep buying people, but in this case it's definitely worth it because if I can get the merchant, it costs me 2, but I get a coin back, which costs me 1. Tucking the merchant here and knowing I'm going after 2 tiles is another 2 coins. So I come out a coin ahead. We're going to do it. So I'm going to spin it, make this 3 a 4. I'll just use the 4. Makes more sense. Yeah, makes way more sense. I'm going to use this 4. Let's go here. Buy this merchant. Cost me 1 less. Yeah, cost me 1 less. And I get 1 back. So just going to tuck that guy right there. Remove a guild influence. We can move a guild influence and change a die. Do I change this to a 2? To possibly change it to a 1 somehow. Do I change this to a 5? So if I do I change this to a 6 to give me this? No, I don't really need that. Actually, I think I'm going to change this down to a 4. I'm going to hope that's right. Yeah, we're going to do that. That was me buying this, doing all of this. I moved that. Yep. 0. He has a yellow. I'm going to place that yellow at this one here, which gives him a green card. And and an influence on this one. Okay. The free green tile. And this. These are the 2 spots that I need. That's these 2 workers. I'm going to wait on this one because I really want this tile specifically. If I can possibly place the yellow. Because he will take a yellow card if given the option. So that's those. This allows me to buy. Yeah, I'm good with this. Okay. So I'm going to use this here to get this tile. We're just going to place it there. Okay. This, he gets 1 or moves 1. Spends his 2 yellow to get a yellow card. It is 0 and 1. He chooses this one. And now it's looking decent. So I'm going to definitely place the green worker here. Yeah. Because that's really the one that I want. So if I can get it, that would be cool. I wish this had come out much earlier in the game. So I'm spending my 3 coins to take this one here. And I should have gained a provision and a silver when I placed both of those. That was the whole reason I set up the, what was he? The merchant there. Okay. So now my 4s can go here, gaining a space tile at 2 less and a black influence. I think that's pretty good. So what am I going to do? Oh, I just played that. Doesn't matter. That's what he's going to do. Remove his 2 black influence, gaining a black card. I don't actually know if that's better or not. It slows the game, but it does give him 3 victory points. 1, 2. He is going to take, it's a 3, this one here. So, I need comets. The bright side, he's finally going to not get a comet. Okay. Do I take this one and journal now? Oh no, I want to buy this before I do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I want to buy this. Which I can't. What else am I doing this turn? So if I go ahead and buy this without getting that, I can pull up the green that way. I think that's what I want to do. I really want to do this first, but it's just 1 influence, right? So we're going to take this. I'm going to take this. We're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and do this. So, I get to buy a space tile for 2 less. The single comet ones. single comment ones are like such a powerful effect. They're 4 victory points as long as you win out on comments. But do I want to journal? Actually, it doesn't matter. He's about to journal and he cannot afford to do an extra. So yes, I will take this. Where rest am I journaling at? Place that there. So I got 4. He's got 5. He's not getting one now. I get a free journal. Into here. And I get a purple tile. The bot has 5. So if I take this, I will be at 5. If I take the other, I will be at 6. I'm going to take the other because gaming it, if he triggers and gets this purple tile, that feels very bad. So I'm going to take the 2 comments. And if I put it on the refresh a die, I could refresh this one. Refresh this one. I'd have this 4. Doesn't matter what I roll here. It could be used for that. Used for that. Which allows me to get that, which, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to refresh this die. Oh, and that is very much what I needed. Okay, now I'm in a really good spot. Yeah. We're good there. He also now rests, so no comments. He takes a tile, which he is focused on black, and 3, it is this one, which gives him a black influence and a space card, this one. Also, talking about the bot, Paul, should immediately influence a card. I may have forgotten to do some of those. I hope I didn't, but I may have. He immediately influences. Oh, well, he's in the same area, the 3rd black card. I like this bot, helps shuffle through, I think, very well without being too much. And he journals, he's going high. 2 yellow, takes his green. Oh, I should have gotten a black when I did that action. Which makes me wonder, should I have double journaled there? Too late. But maybe I should have. I think you can do those in either order. And I could have possibly gotten that green before him. Oh well. Okay, he did all of his journaling. Now it's over to me. And so now that I just luckily rolled a 1, my camel space. Yeah, you are seeing a ton of cards. Yes, I know. So I'm going to use this here, which we established costs no provisions. Not that I have a provision need. Costs no provisions because that, oh yeah, and that. So I'm going to take this one, get that green worker back, get this vista. When I get this vista, I get a blue influence and a black influence. Okay, that was good. My vistas are out of control. Open waters needs to catch up, but now I have incentive to do open waters. So, not bad. Well, the green worker he just got. He's not moving any. 0. Doing this one. Which allows him to get a space card. Oh, that's free 3 points for him. He's going to take that one. Ooh. Ooh, this kind of changes what I want, though. Because I didn't want to mess where his influence was. But now I can use this 4 off of where I refreshed here to buy this one. No. I want to do that second. I'm sorry. I'm going to use this 3 as this. Spend 2 provisions. And I'm going to take... Doesn't really matter, these open waters. Bunch of blue influence. I don't want to journal. Don't think I want to journal. I don't really want him to journal. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to prevent him from doing a double journal. As long as his black journal card comes out, he'll have 2. He won't be able to take, so he'll... Or his black thing, so he'll place. He'll have 2. I'm definitely going to have to journal before he does. So we'll be even, and he'll pull 2. So maybe I do journal. The only issue is if I journal and then I rest. Yeah, see, and then I rest, it only cost him 1. So I don't want to take this one. Symbols match terribly, but you know what, this will be okay. Yeah, this will be just fine. I'm going to take this one. Get the blue worker, place it here, get a blue influence. Yeah, I like this. Got an open water, so I get another blue influence, or I move an influence. Just take a blue. Yeah, that's it. He has a yellow worker. Zero. Oh, he didn't move again. Here. Wasn't going to get that anyway. He's going to take this card, which is a bummer. Was I really going to use it? No. Yeah. And what did he do? He took this. Any influences this card. I do think that he influences so much. So, anyway, okay. I am now why did I want to do, oh yes, that's why I wanted to do that now. Both those open water ones are just meh. So we're going to go here. I'm going to buy this space card, which will cost me 1. Just place it there, keep along there. And I immediately recruit. Now, initially I was thinking, I'll just take this. Or this. But is this better? If I'm going to buy some open water? It's probably about the same, truthfully. So I can get an open water now. I'm going to take this one. I can really use provisions, especially later in the game, so we'll just do that. Wanderer, pay a provision to get 2 silver. Interesting. Okay. And the black influence. Okay, over to him. Did it feature his other blue right there and just journaled right away? Yeah, so this is where this is going to happen. And he gains a... Yeah, he should move too. Green... Ugh. Oh no. He's hoarding all the greens. Okay. Do I... Comets. Expensive comets. Don't have a great way getting the silver. However, after I rest, I get a lot of silver. I get 3, which is enough. So maybe I rest. So if I don't rest, what are my options here? Like I could just go get silver with the blue worker. And then... Okay, so... I go get silver with the blue worker. I use the green. No. I don't want to buy cards that way. Okay. Now, if I double rest, I can have blue tiles. 10 influence is very possible. Ten influence is very possible. 6 provisions looks good now, but I don't know that I'll always be that way. I could also shoot a blue worker up there. Get a silver. Refresh a die. If that die is a 3 or a 4, I could do that action again. and I prevent him from double journaling, which I think might be the bigger thing. So I'm going to do it. I go here. Get a silver. Refresh this die. 1. It's a miserable color to be. It's really bad. That's it. He does have a green worker. He's going to move 2. He's going to place that green worker at the 4, which is here. Ooh, that's terrible. So now he's going to journal. I'm going to go up because he has more blue. And then he also gains a provision. That was worst case for me. So now, what? Because now he's about to rest again. Okay. This was a bad gamble. Oh, he did this. Where is he gonna go? He's gonna take this, which moves this 2. Yeah, that moves that 2. And he's gonna gain a tile. He's going to gain a green tile. Interesting. Green tiles are 1 point. 2. So, this one. Just gives him a yellow influence. Okay. Like, my thing was I wanted to get cheap space cards. So I could either just go get 2 coins. No, that's not really helpful. Unless I take that first space card. Costing. Oh man. That was not. Oh, no. I might just rest. I think I'm just going to rest, even though I got the die. 2, 4, 6. I mean, I'll get this worker back, so it just kind of stalled out a turn. Could have been much better. Oh. Let's see, now... that's tough. Because now if I rest and do double rest, he's going to do a double rest. Yeah, that was almost really bad. So if I do a double rest, he does a double rest. Six. I need more of tiles. at least 2 more tiles. I think I wait a turn to rest. So that means so I can do one of 2 things. I can just go get a green tile because I need them. It's worth a point. Or I can get a provision and a guild influence because I know I'm going to take that card. Because I don't know I'm taking that card. Actually, I'm almost certainly not. I'm just going to go that route. We're going to place that there. Okay. That's it for sure. Get a provision. Get a guild influence. So hear me out. If I had spent a guild influence, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. A quick rule thing. If I spend an influence, can I move 1 die twice? You may spend 1 unit to increase the value of a die in your supply. This can be the same die or 2 dice. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all that. That definitely changes what I want. I am then going to just use this. Use that influence to make this a 3, which then becomes a 4, which then goes here. I spend 1 coin. I also have to spend a provision to take this one. Okay, sorry about all that. I should have realized that. I knew I could manipulate it. I just thought I had to manipulate 2. Okay, that makes that much better. Okay, now he rests. And I'm in a much better situation because he's going to not have a comment, which is great. I need him to not have many more comments. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right now. So, no comments. He's going to take a tile. He is in green. Ugh. Quit taking the green tiles. He's at 4. He's taking that same one. That gives him an inspiration card. Oh, he takes this one. That actually would have been terrible. I wasn't even paying attention. I think he takes the top influence, but I'm not sure. We're just going to give him the top. Yeah. And then he journals into here. And he's taking that path. Ugh. That's rough for me. This game could end very soon. And I don't think I have an excellent score at the moment. He takes this one. It's a blue. It's going to be red and yellow. Okay. I did not want him taking the shortcut path there. Okay. I am resting. So I'm going to get 1 provision, 3 money. 3 money, a guild bump. Yeah. Guild bump. And my journal. Two yellow influence. I'm going to do this in a different order. I'm going to do that first so that this gets kicked up here. And then I am going to pay the 2 to journal a second time here. Gives me that die. Not going to have those 8 cards. 1, 2, 3. This game is very close to ending. I don't actually think I'm going to do any of these, but we'll take, this is the most likely. Yeah. Okay. And that's 2 coins. Would the provisions be better? No. I don't think they would. If I know I'm not going to do it anyway, would the provisions be better? No. I'll just do that. Okay. That's the one I really wanted. That is it. Okay. Let me just use my dice tower. Look at all those 6s. 6s are quite terrible for me. Okay. It's over to him. Remove 2 black. Gain a space card. There is a chance this bot beats me. 2. First 1, 2. This one. The sound of the dice tower. Okay. Well, I think I should make this a 4. Go here. Pay 2 to buy this one before something happens. Oh no. I just dropped the space card deck. Ooh. I think I'm okay, sorry about that. And the dogs went crazy. I dropped this space card deck, so giving it a good old shuffle. So you can see I'm not cheating, didn't stack it while I was down there. Anyway, both these comment cards are pretty cool, right? Because this helps me journal, which lets me catch up on journaling. And he's not going to gain any more black influence regularly. I'm not the only one who has dog issues while streaming. Yeah, you are definitely not. I have 3 dogs, and they get hyper. Also, my wife's probably going to come home in the next 15 minutes, maybe even closer, and they're going to go crazy then. Fair warning. Okay, so if I take this one, and I just straight up refresh this dice here, it opens up that spot. I'm going to have to do some manipulation, but it would allow me to then get this comment card. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one here, which I paid for already. Oh, did I pay? Yeah, I paid 2. Ooh, Paul or somebody, if you could... No, I haven't paid the 2 yet. Maybe I did. If you could confirm, I think I paid it right before all that happened. I did, because I took this top one for the money. Okay, I definitely paid it. Okay, so I'm going to take this space card, set it up here. I am like going a space card route, which I typically never do. So we're going to see how this turns out, because I actually don't know. This is worth 3 points. That was pretty good. I'm going to refresh this dice. We're wanting a 3 or a 4. It's a 1 again. Okay. It's their turn. Green. Moving 2. Thank you, Paul. I did figure it out because I took this money specifically for that reason, but appreciate you checking. Golly. I think as the game has gone on, I've like shoved stuff like higher up. Oh yeah, I definitely have. It used to be all visible. Or maybe the camera moved. I actually think the camera moved. Get a little sneak peek. There we go. I had not realized that. That was my fault. So I just took, now you know what I'm talking about. I just took a space card, a comment card, to let me refresh a die, because I could then get this comment card, which lets me journal. So, but anyway, it's their turn. They're placing this green. I moved there too, yeah. On number 4, which will go 1 over here, which means they just get a tile here, and they will target this one. That goes there, and now they'll get a space card, and they'll target this one. And they get a black influence from that, which is not great. Okay, now I'm just going to use this because I need another city. So we're just going to do this to get a city. I need another city. I need another open ocean. think we're getting close to closing this in. I guess I just take this city. It's not like I'm ever going to actually use it. But we'll just take it. Let me get a silver. Yeah, and it's free because of that and that. Yep, okay. That's good. I need another open ocean. I get a blue influence. Did I put my blue influence? I think I did. No, I did not. The yellow's not mine. Okay. Over to them. Oh, okay. Didn't move long ago. That's good. They're going to remove 2 of these. They're going to get a blue card. I'm going to move 1. Yeah, they are winning the yellow for sure. No need to compete there. Blue card 2. This one. Hey, it's okay, Coda. And they don't do. Oh, they get 2 blue influence. So it just goes right back. I'm going to have to use one of these 6s to go here. Cost 2 influence. 2 provisions. Do I just journal? So if I journal once, they're going to journal once. And then I could journal twice. I actually think that's pretty good. Because if I journal twice, they're journaling twice. So I'm going to journal once. Or do I take this one that gives me a ton of stuff? Nah. No, we're just going to take this one. Journal once. Here. Get the green worker. Get our free recruit. I don't know. I'm just going to take this one. Tuck it under that card. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that. Although... Yeah. Yeah, whatever. We'll just do that. Okay. That was me doing this to journal. And then so when I gain the open ocean, I get a blue influence. So Seapaw, I am fighting back on my influence here. Unfortunately, he took the 10 influence, I think, on inspiration. So not going to get that, but okay. Over to him. He is resting. He does have a comment. So we are... Actually, I think I'm winning the comment game now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is at 6. Yeah, he would have to rest way more. He's going to get a tile. Yellow tile. to this yellow tile. Yeah. At this point, it's just points for him, even though that one's not any points. And then he's going to journal. Oh, there's no down. It's just over. And he influences 2 cards. 2 yellow cards. There's only 2 that don't have his influence. Okay. I have like a max of 4 turns. No, minimum of 4 turns. Maximum of 6 turns. Okay. I think I'm using my yellow influence to gain this, which journals. And I can journal twice. I mean, it's 4 points. I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to use my yellow influence and make this a 4. So then I will go here, spend the 2 coins. 4 points. This is 2 points. Yeah, I'm taking the 4 points. 4 points in the free journal. So there, I get a free journal action. Ooh, I want that tile real bad. I don't want to do this yet. I'm sorry. I'm not doing this yet. I need a city. I need 1 more city before I can journal. So, I'm using this yellow. Oh, I need to take my 2 coins back. And this is here. So yeah, I'm going to have to use this green, which is a bummer because it's going to cost me 3 provisions. Yeah, 3 provisions. And a coin, which actually moves him here. I'm just going to draw from the top of the deck, and there better be a city in here. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now he goes. So I move to blue influence to take a blue card. He moves 1. This blue card. Okay. Now I do that journal action. Oh, I had already moved the die there. Now I pay the 2 coins and take this one, which moves here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want the points, so I might as well take the 5 comet. And the money. I need the money. Oh, this gives me money. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll put that there. I did my free journal. Do I pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? pay the 2 black influence to journal a second time here. So I do have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting a coin and a provision. So then when I got a tile, I would also get a coin and provision. Okay. Scores are going to be very tight, very close. I have 7 comments, so I can come in here. Yeah. He's up. He doesn't have a green, but he does have a blue. Doesn't move. He's at 1. He is doing this one. This one is the takes back a worker. He's going to take back a worker from the green area, targeting this space. And then the other things I think are influencing cards. It is in the green area, starting here. Okay. So I think my best course of action, I should have gotten a black influence when I did that. This is a pretty big card for me. It's worth 1 point plus the pink tile. The pink tile is worth 5 points. So 2 turns to get 6 points. 4, 4, 3, 2. So I should spend at least 1 turn getting an open water. Which I don't have a good way of doing. This lets me refresh a die. I think this is what I want to do. I'm going to go here. And with one of these, I am going to refresh this dice, which is a 4. Don't want to change it. Yeah, I don't want to change it. Gain a provision. Okay. He's going to remove his 2 black influence, which is great to see, because I should win that guild. I mean, I guess. He's about to get 3 points, and then 2. He targets this one. Gives him another yellow influence. Okay. Let's buy that comet. I don't think anything else is worth more for me. So, yeah, I'm going to buy that comet. I'm going to go here. And so I will spend 2 coins to get this one. Going up here. And I get a pink tile. I just want 5 points. Put it. this. No, yeah, we're going to take this one. Put it there, get a provision. And then when I place a tile, I get provision in the silver. And I'm at a state I can rest. He has a green worker. He moves 0. Space number 2 is this one. Ooh, 1 influence in each. Okay. That's it. I am going to. I have almost enough provisions. Almost enough. I'm just going to go here. I need another harbor. Oh, it's cost me 3 provisions. Okay. Well, I can't afford to do any of those, so that doesn't matter. The symbols don't really help too much. 1 blue influence. Do all the bots target yellow or other guilds as well? So I think they target different ones based off what they do. For example, there's the journaling. He targets the Black Guild, right? This one will rush the game. I mean, you play this and it's like a 45-minute game. And the space one gets comets, and they will dominate this comment track. Like, literally, you'll stand no chance, because every time they circle it, they'll get a comment. They'll peek this out. It's almost not worth it. Honestly, I typically don't do comets versus. Sorry, wife's home. So while they're going crazy, Okay, so sorry about that. Lacey just got home, so dogs went completely crazy. I'm triggering the end of the game. I am passing. They had just placed this, which gave them whatever they just did. What was all the guild influence? I think. Can't quite remember. But they're about to trigger the end of the game as well, so I might as well go ahead and do it. So I will rest. And all these guys, I'll just roll them real quick. That doesn't really matter too much at this point. 3 and a 4. I will get my yellow influence. Not that that matters too much. But then I'll move that yellow influence up. Get my provision. 3 coins. And then I do my journal. And I go to the 7 comment space. So I will kind of lock down that track there. And then the inspiration cards. Really, I don't know that anything is giving me all that many points. This one, my outlier is blue card. So this is worth 5 points. With the last action, it could be 6. But I could also just take a tile. It's probably almost always better, 1, 2, 3, for me to spin. Yeah, a last action getting a space card. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll definitely just spend a last action getting a space card. That's this one here is worth 4 points. So I'm going to take the tile. So we'll just put it on the provision space there. Plus this gives me this. I think I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I'm perfect there. So I'm going to take that, take the provision. Yeah, and that's it for me. The bot then journals. He does not have a comment. He does get an upgrade. He's targeting blue, so he gets this one. And then he journals up. Actually, they never go into... Oh, yeah, it goes up or down. 2 black influence, which is like not the ending I really wanted him to have there. But that's okay, because my last turn will give me a black influence. He goes up there. I actually don't know what they take. I'm sorry. I gotta look. Maybe into the last column. They will never take no. For the final space of their own track, they will take a special upgrade tile, not an inspiration card. So special upgrade, they will take this one going around to this one. Okay. When I took a tile, I should have got a provision and a money. And then my last action, I might as well just use a die, go get a space card. This does several things. It gives me this, which locks down the guild. Gives me a space card. This is 3 points. This is 1 point. This is 4 points. This is 2 points. 2 points. 1 point, 4 points. 1 point and the inspiration that I cannot do. So yeah, this one right here. Okay, and if you stuck it around this long, that is the end of the game. That is Wayfarers of the South Tigris. So I do appreciate anybody that watched this long. I am going to pull up the good old Garfield app here. And we'll see if I won. I think it's close. They have a massive stack of cards. I'm not sure you guys can see this. They have a lot of cards. This game went... It started off, actually, I thought, rocketing faster than most of my games, but definitely
ended up slowing the pace. So solo variant, I am the stargazer. So city tags. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5 points. And I can never remember. Well, they don't do tags, but I can never remember exactly what point you put in their victory points. So I'll have to check here in a second. Whoops. Vistas, I had, what was it, 5? No, also 4. 4, so that is 5 more points. Harbors, I think I had 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 points. This is like one of the smallest my overall tableaus have been. So I'm a bit nervous on that. Open waters, I think 3 as well. So that is 3. Set, so those the least were 3, so I have 15. I should have typed that. Space and inspiration cards, so move this stuff out of the way. I'm just going to do this one at a time to make it easy. So here I have 1, 2, 3 plus 1, that is 4. Here is 1 point. Here I do have the most comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he ended up at 6. Oh, plus these here. So I was at 11. So that is worth 4 points. This one per city. I think I had 4. I'm going to do this one last because it's the one that makes me count the most. This one here is worth 4. This one also makes me count. So I have plenty of yellow, plenty of green. Oh, wait, plenty of black, plenty of green, yellow. So my weak is the blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, that's worth 4 points. Okay. And then here, that is worth 4. I did not get 8. Here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty sure you don't count that one. Doesn't really matter anyway. So that is 9 points doubled, so that's 18. So I'm just going to type it in. That's 48. 48. Victory points on upgrade tiles. Now this part you do count as. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. And he has 5, 10, 15. 5, 10. No. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Victory points on. I thought you put his in here. Most guild influence. So I won this one. He won this one. I won this one. So I got 6. He's got 3. I hope I didn't miss where his go. Yeah, here is the cards. Okay, so for his cards, I'm going to lay them out on the board here. Dude, this guy got some cards. Okay, These should be 4 points each. Yeah, 4. So that is 12. These are 3 points each. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 27 plus 12 is 39. These are 2 points each, so 41, 43, 45, 47, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. And I think that is all the scores. There it is. So 109 to 85. So, like I said, if you've stuck around and listened this long, I think a good score is between, I said earlier, 100 and 110. And I think the bot typically scores between 80 and 90. That keeps it competitive. You still have to, do decent to beat the bot. But they typically sit around that range almost every single time I play. It's around there. Yeah, this was... Ken, hey, thank you for watching, for sure. You were quiet in chat. Oh, no, you jumped in. But yeah, thanks, Paul. Hey, Ken, you can go back and watch. It was just a cool, easy 3-hour playthrough of Wayfarers of the South Tigris. But anyway, that was the game. I do really appreciate anybody who's stuck it out this long. If you've ever watched me play solo, I really enjoy solo gaming because I like to take my time and think things out. You can just do something, right? I could have very easily been like, oh, I'll just buy this space card, or I'll just get this, or I have the money, let me, buy this tile upgrade. But for me, the way I personally enjoy playing is to really think out what I'm doing. And what I really enjoy about Wayfarers is it's kind of tactical, right? In a way that you cannot go in with the strategy of, like I said, a lot of times I do a whole lot of open waters. This game I had 3, right? And that's because you didn't have good townsfolk to tuck underneath, right? I started out heavy in vistas, but I actually didn't go all that heavy. I think one of the most recent times I played this, right, I ended up with 2 or 3 total space cards, but I had a full tableau, right? I ended up, that game, I remember I think it was 4 full sets, and then one thing at 7 and another, I don't remember, it was sitting in the 5 or 6 range, right? And so I scored a ton of points off of what I explored. This one I ended up committing to the comets, right? Because they can be very good scoring if you're not competing and lose, right? So if you're competing for the comets, you get half of them, and then if you're competing for the comets and you lose, you really kind of miss out on it. But yeah, I like building my engines, right? So like you saw here, I made my 4s. Once I realized, okay, I'm a space focused, right? I picked this inspiration card, and this is almost always your biggest score. It should be your biggest score. Once I did that, I built this, what we'll call engine, and then tucking this here, and I was like, this is what I'm going to go for. So that's it. Also, interesting enough, did not get the sun card, but the moon never came out. That's the way it works sometimes. So that worked in my favor. But yeah, this was Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Again, I really appreciate anybody that stuck it out, watched it this long. Paul, definitely appreciate you hopping in chat and keeping me entertained for sure. And then everybody else that jumped in throughout the time. So if you're watching this after the fact, or if you're watching this now, you can always help us by subscribing, right? That really, actually, every YouTube channel says that, but it really does help. So we would appreciate it if you're not already subscribed. And then like, comment. We love to go through them. We love to talk and engage. Paul and I, kind of in the back, are always, it's
who's going to respond to this comment, who is it more targeted toward. We enjoy, oh, did you see that comment? Or, hey, did you see what so-and-so said? Or, oh, those people think we're idiots. And it's like, we probably are idiots. But yeah, we definitely enjoy that. So comment all you want, if you watch it for us, that's awesome, Ken. We definitely appreciate that. That really means a lot because we're trying to form a little community, and we're glad you're a part of it for sure. Unfortunately, Paul couldn't be with us tonight. He has a race early in the morning. I'm surprised he's still up right now because he should be asleep and preparing for that. So I wish him the best on that. As for everybody that watched, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.